That's loud. Subfloor. Subfloor goes all the way back. These boxes will go like this. This box will be here. That box will be off to the side a little bit. We'll have about a 2-foot gap between the boxes. Rods will go in the middle. These are going to get cut down so they're, you know, the same level as the deck, and then it'll have a hatch that opens it. All right, boys, if you haven't figured it out yet, we're messing with the boat today. Saturday, it's gorgeous out, just beautiful. 35 degrees or something. Not very windy. Sun shining. What more could you ask for? We got, we're getting some wood cut. We're gonna get some of the floor pieces kind of fit in there and get all that stuff lined up. Tomorrow we start framing the deck, boy. Yes. I am so excited. I can't tell you guys how happy I am. It seems like all through the Midwest has been pretty slammed with flooding. So if you guys are struggling, suffering, any of your families, anybody you know is having some problems with the flooding, my heart's out to you guys, I understand. Can't be easy. God dang. Well, that ain't gonna happen. Look at this. Gosh, shit. Will it hold me?
Oh, I don't know. Yes, the tree's been around forever.
Yeah. Yeah. The goal is you want nice and heavy coats. This stuff is gonna get put through its paces, you know what I'm saying? And you're gonna want to do at least 2, 3, sometimes 4 coats depending on what piece of wood or what piece of, depending on where in the boat the piece is going. This is just floor stuff. A lot of this stuff's gonna get covered up by decking and other pieces of the boat, so this stuff isn't all that important, but I still want to make sure that I'm putting enough paint on here that it's going to seal it up, it's going to last. So I'm going to do 2 coats, 2 really heavy coats on both sides, obviously, and then I'm going to hit the little edges every time. So I'm going to hit the edges on this side, and then when I paint the other side, I'm going to hit the edges, so the edges get twice as many coats, just because that's the most porous spot on these plywood boards is those edges. Most susceptible to soaking up water and having moisture issues, having it get waterlogged, stuff like that. check it out. So, the problem we're facing is the boat, as you can see, is curved, obviously. It's not all straight lines. But that's a straight piece of metal. So, when you put that up here, come check this out. When you put it up against here, see this giant gap between the boat and the metal piece? We'd like to avoid it if we can. So, these are called relief cuts. Obviously metal, aluminum is pretty structurally sound. You make a couple relief cuts, you then can bend your metal. I did this by hand, I didn't use any clamps or anything. Then you put it up against here. And you see there's no gap. See that? No gap here. That's much better. This will then get riveted to the boat here, and then this will be the frame, I guess, where the deck rests, up along the sides. Then we'll start building the verticals and the horizontals and the intricacies of our new boat. So, I don't have a good name yet. I don't. And I know it's probably going to be a little bit easier to name it once it's done and you can kind of get the feel of what it looks like and the colors and all that. But you got any funny names, good names? It's a 1987 Mirocraft originally. Give us something good. I hear geese. Stay tuned, guys. We got a lot more to come today. Ha! Alright boys, that's a wrap. We're getting things cleaned up. And we got the floor in. We got all the support braces around the side of the boat, kind of just under the gunnel, mounted, riveted in, cut, shaped. We got 5200 on all the rivets and seams below the water. I shouldn't say all. The majority of the rivets and seams below the water line. We got a couple more spots we got to take care of once we get the boat lifted up off the trailer. Subfloor. Subfloor goes all the way back. These boxes will go like this. This box will be here. That box will be off to the side a little bit. We'll have about a 2-foot gap between the boxes. Rods will go in the middle. These are going to get cut down so they're, you know, the same level as the deck, and then it'll have a hatch that opens it. Going together, boys. I'm gonna help TJ get things cleaned up here. We're out of here. And if you enjoyed it, if you enjoyed this video, click thumbs up. If you want to see more of these videos, click subscribe. And most importantly, you know how this ends. Teach, how's it end?
Put him in the boat!
What was that?
Put him in the boat!